What's up, guys? It's me, your host for the day. Welcome to the Rocket City Momentum podcast. My name is Lucas Schuyler Scott with Rocket City Momentum Media and Coaching. We do both. We got Dana in the studio.
Hey, guys.
Cut to Dana and then cut back to Lucas. And we've got a special guest today. I'm super excited to introduce this guy. I've known him for a couple of years. We've been networking. We've done some handshakes. We've produced some videos. You know, I think the thing that stands out to me most when I think about our guest today is that he seems, he's just genuine, just a genuinely good person. And I think that, and I hear that feedback from other people too. So it's kind of awkward talking about somebody that way when they're sitting across from you. So let me just bring him into the conversation. Mr. AJ Moore. AJ. What's up, bro? Here, we get like a high five. Is it in frame? It was kind of in frame. Okay, cool. I know all about you, but viewers may not. So why don't you take a moment? You can address the viewers by spiking the camera lens. Just tell people who you are and sort of high level, like what is your business?
Okay. Well, Dana, Lucas, thank y'all. I appreciate you having me on. Glad for the opportunity. But I'm AJ Moore. I'm the owner. I'm the fourth generation owner of Floors by Moore. It's our family business. So my great-grandfather started the family business back in 1950, and then we haven't been able to get out of it.
That's an interesting, kind of an interesting way to phrase it. We haven't been able to escape. You know, family business can feel like that. I worked in my family business for years, and it was just like, it's amazing, but it's also like harder in certain
For sure,
ways.
yeah. It's like it really is a journey. You know, that as a kid, I was like, that's all I want to do is the family business. And then as a teenager, you hate everything, including the family business. And then as you get older, you think, well, it's not that bad, you know, and it's actually pretty good. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's been a whole roller coaster of love and hate, but now it's love.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Isn't that life in a nutshell, right? Like that's how it goes. It is amazing to me that you have created let's just say a successful, a thriving, growing family business. And it's not like a family business from the standpoint of like, okay, I run it and like my wife helps out a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like you guys are a real through and through family business, multi-generational, like multiple siblings. Like this business I just think is fantastic. And it's kind of like, I don't know, in my opinion, is sort of like the American dream. Like here it is, a business that's doing so much for all these amazing people in the community, your family included. But I have a question for you. Let me go to the question. You guys, look.
okay.
Dana put the questions on the paper for Lucas. Okay, this is good. So the big question is, this is it. And it's actually a really good question. Thinking about your industry and what you guys do, y'all do flooring, what is something that most people misunderstand about what y'all offer?
Well, I feel like, and this is probably true, I think, in almost every industry, that you see someone comes in wanting flooring, and then we cut to the end, and it's a beautiful finished floor. I feel like maybe people don't realize exactly how much work and heart goes into the entire process, you know, because it's a lot. And just within our business, you know, it changes a lot of hands. And for that to still have produced a good product at the end of it took a lot of forethought and thinking.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. It is true in any industry. It seems like from the outside looking in, and I think it's kind of a problem, really. It's like a cultural problem. It seems like everybody wants the easy button.
Right, yeah. And I do too. I want it.
Right.
I want the easy button. But like for like any of our projects, like there was a lot of thought that went into processes that produces that product. You know?
Right.
And I think, you know, from the outside, maybe you don't see all that.
No,
I'm sure you don't see all that. But there was a lot of processes, a lot of years that thought, like, we tried it this way, that didn't work. Now we pivot, try something slightly different. I feel like we have a process that generally works really well.
Yeah. It's the story of the carpenter. He goes to this lady's house and she wants him to fix a squeaky floorboard, actually. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, okay, he like leans down on the floor. She shows him where it's at. He's pressing on the floor. It's squeak, squeak, squeak. He pulls a nail out of his little tool belt. He finds the spot and he hits it with a hammer, and that nail goes right in, and the squeak is gone. And he says, that'll be a $100. And she says, $100? You've been here not even a minute. What's the breakdown? And he says, well, it's like 3 cents for the nail and $99.97 for knowing exactly where to put it.
Right.
Right. And that's what it is. People don't realize that part of the, service is the expertise and the process that you guys have created. So what do you do to combat that? Like, how do you guys?
Well, we just done it the hard way. We done it the wrong way and found out we don't want to do it that way anymore.
But like the fact that people don't understand the process and like all of the steps that it takes to get a floor done, that's got to make it hard it's not cheap to get a floor done.
No, it's not. It's a long-term
investment. It's not cheap. It is. That's right. Exactly. It's not cheap because it takes so much to do it properly.
Right.
And people could hire some random dude and they could come and destroy their floors.
Right.
I'm sure that you hear about that. But like thinking about that, like my hope is that people are watching right now and their business is complicated and whatever the process is. How have you thought about like, how do you overcome that with consumers when you're talking to them? Do you just like go through the whole process and to explain that to them step by step, or what do you do?
Right. I try. Well, most people are pretty curious because you're in their house, So if people are going to be in my house, I'm kind of curious what they're going to be doing, how they're going to be doing it. So usually that's education seems to be the best way. You talk through this is the process with step 1, step 2, and at least on somewhat of a high level, go through that.
Yeah. I've tried. It's the same with video production, right? Video production is a complicated thing. And like before Rocket City Momentum, before learning about simplifying the message down, which is a lot of what we do here is like, let's simplify the message. I tried like listing out point by point everything that happens, and that just overwhelms people.
Yeah, it's too much.
They don't want that.
Yeah.
They want to know enough that they understand the value of it, but not so much that it's scary and overwhelming, which I think is probably something you guys are doing because you guys are doing flooring.
We're trying.
You're slinging floors.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah. Thinking about moving right along, thinking about your journey, what would you say has been like a pivotal point in it? Like a moment when you were like, okay, I'm either going to like leave this behind forever or I'm going to double down and go for this thing.
Well, so that's what I done. I left forever.
You did leave. That was the point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I done. I was like, this is too much. I had just seen our business has always been really small. One is my great grandfather and one person that worked with him, or my grandfather and my dad and myself. So it was just always really small. It seemed like no one ever really could figure out how to grow it, how to really scale it up. There was just things that people run into that they didn't know how to work through. So I was kind of done with like all that I had seen my family go through with just the stress of business is kind of unprecedented. It's a lot,
intense.
So I thought I'm out. So I went into manufacturing and I worked with a group of manufacturing engineers, which was really pivotal in my whole journey. It really it did totally change maybe the way I looked at problem solving, and as I learned the way that they had processes for everything and the way that they handled things when things didn't go well, there was always this little voice kept speaking to me in the back of my mind that like, man, this would apply to business. If I ever went back into business, this would work. So eventually that's what I done. I took what I had learned working for Polaris Industries here in Huntsville and then applied it back to business, and it worked.
Yeah.
It's worked really well.
You now you didn't go and work at Polaris, like that break away from the family business thinking I'm going to learn how to do it and bring it home. Like you were done. Like
I was done.
So you quit?
Yeah.
Did you take me back? Like your dad was running it.
Dad was
you
running
were working
it. Yeah,
for it.
It was
Take
just
me back,
pretty.
man.
At that time, it was just me and him.
Like, was there a moment? Like, do you remember when you said to him, "I quit. Like, I'm leaving"?
No, I didn't. No, because it was. So I started. I started taking classes at night at a community college, trying to learn getting my welding certificates. So I finally got through that, got my welding certificates, and then I just put in for jobs anywhere that was hiring a welder, and they were the first ones that called. So, and then I left Dad. He worked by himself for quite a few years after that.
But you told him you got a job.
Yeah, I got a job.
What did he say?
I'm
Did
out.
he cuss about it?
No.
He was like, "Congratulations on the job."
Yeah,
Peace.
I mean, it was sort of bittersweet. I think
Yeah.
you always want to see your children do well.
Yeah.
And my dad loves me. and he he hated to see me go, but it sort of come full circle.
Yeah.
It really did. So then my intent was just like, I'll go into manufacturing, and that's what I'll do the rest of my life. And I really enjoyed manufacturing. I liked figuring things out. I worked as a welder for a short time, and then I went to work for a group of mechanical engineers, and they had me working on equipment, but the main thing that they had me doing was writing processes for the weld shop. So, and it just completely was like mind blow situation.
That it happened. The olive tree fell,
Denver.
which I just wanted documented.
We were just extending an olive branch.
Dana, she fixed it before and then AJ looked at it.
Fail.
AJ looked dead at the tree. I see him looking. He's looking down over my shoulder. He's like, I think it's gonna fall again. Dana's like, nah, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. That's okay. Let the olive tree rest. That's okay. I think that speaks a little bit to this idea that I try to remember in my own life. And it's about how, like, I get frustrated sometimes. I'm like, not where I want to be, not where I want to be. But I try to remember that there is, like, what I'm getting now is preparing me for what's now. What was it? Dana, say excuse me.
Stop it, Lucas. That's what we get for all these rubber chairs.
That was like a meaningful moment, and it was interrupted by flatulence. Okay. That was just the chair. It wasn't Dana farting. I don't think so. Anyway, who knows? Okay. What I was saying is things that I'm experiencing now are preparing me for what's next, and I think that's true for all of us in our lives. I mean, that was true. That was true for you. You didn't know it at the time.
Yeah, at the time I didn't know it. I was like, oh, this is my new life.
Yeah,
but it's not.
It was getting you ready for what's next, and I'm willing to bet that what you have going on right now is a lot bigger than what you were doing.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun.
Yeah,
it is sort of being able to pilot my own ship here.
So, you were saying, running a family business is hard, and that's man. I mean, really hard. If you've never run a family business, running any business is hard. It's very challenging, and sometimes, ideally, we get lessons in some of those hardships. Right. If you were going to share a lesson, maybe you're sharing it with your past self or someone out there in the world, someone watching that maybe would help them. What's a lesson that you've learned the hard way?
Is it's a lot better. I guess I've learned it's a lot better just to give people very straightforward information at the start than tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Is like to really try to set that expectation of what, because used to folks would say, well, how long is this project going to take? And me wanting to please them, wanting to win the project, I would just say, well, we're going to make it as quick as we can. I think we can do it in 4 days. And realistically, 4 days would have been kind of tough. And it's better. I had a client call yesterday, and they said, well, do we have to move out? And I was like, absolutely, you're going to have to move out. Is there any way you can make this not as inconvenient? And I was like, no, it's going to be really inconvenient. So I found it's better just to tell people maybe the hard truth from the get-go than try to tell folks what they want to hear.
Absolutely. Because otherwise, like, what happens if you don't? You've been in situations like, what happens.
Oh yeah.
What happens if you try to tell them like, oh yeah, well no, maybe you could stay. Right. 3 days.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be up late through the night trying to do backflips, trying to make it work. Other things hitting you in the face at the same time because life is still going to keep going.
Right. And then people are unhappy.
And then they're miserable. You got it. Right. And then they're miserable, and everyone loses.
Right. Yeah. No one really wins. It's better to tell them, hey, it's going to take 5 days. Maybe 6. You go ahead and set. We could run into things. People have flat tires. Sometimes somebody gets sick or equipment goes down. It's always better to really set that expectation up front.
Yeah.
So I usually what I try to do now is set a best case scenario and a worst case scenario. That is say, like, we think that we can do this in 4 days, but I would like 6 days blocked out, in case.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah. We do that with our post-production. Okay, look, it's going to be 30 days from the point that we have everything put all together. Right. We do not want to delay. We don't want to sit on projects. We want it done. We want it delivered. We want media out and working for you and like doing its job. And like we want to, show it and like make the revisions and everyone's happy and we're all like celebrating. Nobody wants this thing to take any longer than it has to, like guaranteed. But things come up.
Right.
There are problems. There are delays. It just happens. And so if you start with like, oh yeah, we can get it done in 2 days. Yeah. Now you better get it done in 2 days. Right. You better get it done in 2 days.
You're going to have some mad folks.
Oh yeah.
If you don't.
No, you're going to, well, because people are planning the, I mean, even, I think for y'all, it's probably even harder because like with us with media production, sometimes there are hard deadlines where it's like, okay, we have a launch on this date or we have a thing on this date. Okay, so it's got to be done. Other times it's not like that. It's like, okay, we're producing and like it can go out tomorrow and the next day, a month from now, and it's okay. With flooring, that is disrupting someone's living situation in a lot of cases. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I would say most cases, yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least makes it kind of inconvenient in the least.
So people do have, everyone has to move out. Like that's just is what it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really
at least for that period.
Yeah, well, it's dependent on sort of the layout of the home a lot of the time. So sometimes if it's just like an installation, we can shuffle furniture around and someone not be out of their home. You know, if it's a sand and finish project where we're sanding all the wood and restaining and refinishing, that is a lot more involved. That we have to have access to the whole floor at the same time.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you can't like do that in little sections. It won't dry.
It looks weird. You know,
weird. Yeah.
Nobody wants a floor that looks weird.
Well, if they did, they could do that. If someone's like, I want my floor to look kind of weird.
Yeah, I've had people that liked it. I mean, they wanted that. They was just like, we want you to refinish around our furniture. You know.
Really?
I was like, we can't do that. It's going to look weird. I was like, we don't care. So
you better get something signed that says it's okay. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. My AJ's coming up. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like that. That's another good point. Like when I was talking about in the opening, you know, about you being a genuine good person. I always hear about like how y'all go the extra mile. Y'all just do it over and over and over again. And I really do appreciate that about you. I say it all the time. People say I'll be there when it rains, but when it's raining, do they show up with the umbrella? Right. And so was it always like that in your business? Was that always the culture? Like, no, pretty much you guys are going to make it work. And like, if y'all drop the ball, I mean, it happens sometimes. If y'all drop the ball, y'all are going to work it out and like ultimately want a great outcome for everybody.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it was, I mean, it's part of our culture now, but I feel like it was just sort of put in us, you know, just sort of the way it is just the way my family is, that they're going to try to do people right.
Yeah.
And then, and I guess I've sort of learned over time is that like all jobs, all projects don't go 100% the way you wish they would. You know, you run into things that was unforeseen or we have delays in shipping. And then I've learned over the years that if it's not right, I'm better off just to give the client or the homeowner a call and say, hey, something's not right and we're going to make it right. Or, you know, if it is our fault, I want to fess up that, like, you know, hey, we dropped the ball here. And I have learned that people are a lot more receptive to that. Yeah. You know, just to say that they appreciate someone that tells them, like, hey, I missed it. I was wrong and we want to make it right.
Yeah, I think that, like, there's this shift in our culture where it's just like, I just feel like trust is down. It's down really low.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people that always want to be, it's not my fault. They want to pass the buck, you know? Yeah. It's not my fault. It's somebody else's fault.
But, it's Dana's fault.
Right,
it's not my fault. It's Dana's fault.
Right, but if we're doing the job, it don't matter who was there and something didn't go well, then it all, at the end of the day, it all comes to me. You know, it's my fault. I'm the owner.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And that the thing that's amazing about that to me is that you would think that is the way to do it, and that makes good sense to me.
Right, yeah.
But actually, it seems to me that is unique, and I don't know why I don't want it that way. It shouldn't be that way. This is how it ought to be, man. When you choose to do business, you make a deal with somebody, and you know, like they're the professional. They should take good care of you. So,
yeah, it don't feel good, you know, to be where when the things are not as well as they should be, to come back to you. And I think that's why people have such an avoidance to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like accountability don't feel good.
Yeah.
But it does feel good at the end of the day.
Right.
You know, when everything's said and done, you lay your head on your pillow at night, accountability
Maybe that's it. You know, that thing, that little voice, what do they call it? A conscience? Maybe people
Jiminy
are...
Cricket.
The Jiminy Cricket, that's
What
right.
do they call it?
What do they
Again?
call
A conscience?
What do they call that thing? Yeah, I think we need more people that have a conscience. I think we need more Jiminy Crickets. We need to start breeding crickets and selling them or something. New business concept coming soon. Okay, so let's kind of let's move on, and then we're going to wrap it up. So thinking about your business as it is today, and like what all y'all have done and built, I mean, it's amazing and fantastic. But you are a mover, you are a shaker. You're trying to grow it. So thinking about it, like, what are you passionate about that's coming up next in your business, in your life? What are you like excited about?
I think, for as far as like in the marketing sphere, that they ain't nobody marketing if they're not with Rocket City Momentum, right? I mean,
My gosh, we didn't even pay him to say that.
Is that not like a truth claim there? But working with Rocket City Momentum has been huge for me. You know, in the business coaching side has been huge for me.
Well received.
Like we was talking about the accountability. Sometimes it's good to have someone trying to hold you accountable. You know, because I try to be accountable to all of our clients, and maybe I'm not accountable to myself a lot of times. So I feel like that has been really huge for me. But then just the marketing, the videos, that's what I'm looking probably the most forward to coming up.
It's in case you haven't heard, we've got plans. Things are in the mix. It's going to be fun. But to the point of accountability, that is so. I don't want to say I guess I do also. I mean, I think everyone undervalues that accountability piece. That is such an important piece. Just having somebody say, look, on some kind of regular recurring basis, if you don't have somebody like a mentor or an accountability coach or something, and you're running a business out there or whatever you're doing, I know, I get it. I'm going to pay somebody money to say, you said you were going to do this. Did you do it? Okay, great. Or why not? Like, really? That's what I'm paying. But it makes a difference. You drive forward, man. Right. You drive forward faster. And it's just amazing to me. And it's been amazing watching you over the last, 6 months, just like busting through blockades, one thing after another, just really making strides.
I mean, sometimes you need an outside person looking in. I feel like that in a lot of ways that was my case. I mean, that's what I done for a living, was I wrote processes, right, for a weld shop. But then it was really nice to have someone have like a look under the hood of my business, just tell me maybe where I was missing it and help me with, the things that I wasn't, where I could have been doing better.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I hear a lot too, though. I'll have clients say, I get more done in the hour before we meet than I did the entire week.
Oh,
right? Sure. Like because they're like, I'm about to get on this call. They're about to ask me what I did.
Oh. Yeah, it's the fear of the embarrassment. When they say, "Have you done what you were supposed to do?" and I'm like, "No, I haven't." Why? Well, I'm just
because I'm a loser.
Right?
I'm sorry, an idiot. Stupid loser. Yeah.
And let's just be real. I do not say they're stupid losers.
That was what I would be saying to myself. I mean, it really does make a difference having that, like having to report out on it for sure, and to somebody else. Is what it is, but it works. So, get it. And just for clarity, so we've been working with AJ and his business now on operations, processes, and system design, just kind of really like ironing that out. That a lot of times that's our first approach when it comes to, okay, like I want to market my business. People come and say, I want to market the business. Well, it sometimes makes more sense to first make sure that everything is ironed out. So that way with a large influx of leads and business, it doesn't cause, tailspin, crash and burn, bad reviews, whatever, bad service. So we're at a point now where we're entering into the next phase.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Dude, we are looking forward to it. Okay, so that's perfect. Question 5, y'all. We just added it, and it's a good one. So what are you seeing in your marketing right now? What's working and what's not?
Well, I feel like what's working is a really good website. Ours is pretty good, and I think that hopefully you're going to be able to fix that, to really bring it up the next level. For us, I feel like our website that we've had for the past several years does really well about bringing people to our funnel, right? Really bringing people to our page. It does that really well, but getting them to follow through with us actually being able to step away with a lead, I think that's where y'all are going to be able to make the difference.
Yeah. Dana did amazing analysis on the website and really just got some really great insights. And I remember I saw the email come through from AJ, and he's like, something. I love it. This is amazing, fantastic. And I was just like, oh man, it made my heart sing.
Yeah.
So
well, with like what she come with, or y'all come with, was like real data.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like
Data makes the world go round.
It does. You can't fix what you don't know about.
Right.
You know, if you don't know like why the leads are not, why are they? You know, we've got 100 people coming to the website, but only 10 are turns out to be leads. That we're missing it somewhere.
You got it.
And for someone to like y'all have done, sit down, look at our website, find out where the gaps are, and then we attack it that way. I love to work on things when we at least have a pretty good idea of what we're trying to fix.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way, right? Like that's done. What do they say? It's like it's simple. It's not necessarily. It's not easy, but it's simple, maybe. And that's the method, and that's
And
what we're gonna do.
a lot of the things were super simple stuff.
Yeah.
That I probably should have caught, but
Well, okay.
I didn't.
Let me just pump the brakes there on you, buddy, because being a father, you got a lot on your plate. Being a husband, you got a lot on your plate.
Right.
Running a business, being a brother, being all of these things, there's a lot on all of our plates. And so I just want to say you're doing really well, AJ. Okay, you are, dude. Yeah, I mean that genuinely, like separate from like the podcast, like just me and you. You're doing great, dude. You really
appreciate
are.
it.
Yeah, man. A little hand hug. Yeah. So if you need that message, if you're watching, you're doing well, okay? You've got a lot going on, and it's okay. And if there's something that you missed and you know now, well, now you know it, and let's take a step forward and take a step up. That's fantastic. We're super excited to work on your marketing. Why don't you tell people, you can, spike the lens, just tell people where they can find you if they want to learn more about flooring, or if they just want to network with you, or what you got going on. Give them a little bit.
Well, my home address.
There you go.
Not really. So we have a showroom. We've had just a little over a year now. We're still really excited about it. So our showroom is at 207 Oakwood Avenue, Northwest in Huntsville. We would love for people just to stop by, show up, have a look around at our website, which is floorsbymorehuntsville.com. And they can find us on Facebook and Instagram too.
Yeah. Make sure you give them a follow. Thanks for coming on the pod, bro.
Thank you,
It was
brother.
awesome. I'm going to do my little outro, and then we'll high five, and I'll show you the door. Thanks for coming on the pod. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you follow Mr. AJ Moore. He's a great guy and does amazing work. We're going to grow this business. Like you mentioned, we've done the coaching piece. We're still doing that, and we're now moving into video production. So if you need video production or you need optimization of systems in your business, give us a call, give us a follow, find us on social media. Hopefully you got value beyond that from this episode and other episodes that we're doing. So check us out on YouTube, and you can also check out our website, rocketcitymomentum.com. We do all kinds of cool stuff, from commercials to events and cool podcasts like this. So until next time, we'll see you later. Rocket City Momentum, we're your video crew.